This is Rockport Ryan with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. All right, starting out this week, we're going to be right here at the Lighthouse Lakes Park because it's one of the few places that we can actually get kayaks down to the water with as high as the water is. Man, coming out here from Lighthouse Lakes Park, launching straight into these lakes, the fishing has been on fire. Redfish, trout, flounder, you name it, we've been catching it, and most of it on topwaters. Now with the flounder, do remember we have moved into November, so the limit is 2 and there is no gigging. That will continue through the second week of December. So just remember, when you're catching those flounder, you are stuck with a 2 limit. So don't let the game wardens catch you. All right, coming into these lakes, like I said, topwater is what we've been running. If you get down the center of these lakes, you will probably need to switch it to paddle tails, subsurface, because the water level is getting deep. But definitely coming on into these lakes, play around in these lakes, go check out channels that you normally couldn't get through because we're about a foot higher than normal. Definitely coming down into these coves. When you're headed on back this way, when you get around, I think it's marker 12 and stuff, you can cut in and then following that canal system around, you can come either out by the lighthouse itself, stop for a nice pretty picture, or continue on down this cut into these lakes. I'm telling you, these are definitely places to go. The redfish are getting bigger and staying around in there. We're catching nice mid-slot trout, and like I said, even flounder on topwater. All right, another great place, if you come down here off of the end of Sunray Road, you can launch straight into the ICW. If you want, you can drop some dead bait on the bottom there and get there's some nice big black drum that have been cruising through there. But what I would suggest also is coming up onto either this side of the like Ransom Flats area and drifting and coming and paddling all along these islands. Or you can even come across over here to the flats behind Dagger Island. All of these have still been producing some nice reds, and that cut down the middle has been producing some nice trout. Most of what's been thrown out here for the reds has been topwaters. Topwater clown color has actually been working pretty well. Also check out some of the matrix shads. They've been catching some nice reds out on these flats. But just spend the day up on these flats. As you start to head back, just go right back down that channel and pick up the trout and call it a day. All right, another great place to check out is launching here from like Red Dot. All of these flats coming out to those 2 floating cabins and everything have been producing some nice reds. All along in the channels have been producing some nice trout. Out in here, I would go ahead and throw some live bait. Going with shrimp or some cut finger mullet have been doing pretty good out on these things. And again, as I've said before, at night, coming out like right here between Red Dot, going out underneath that causeway at night, underneath those lights, is still going to be producing some great stuff. So if you're not able to get out during the day, don't panic. You can still get out there with your kayak at night and catch some great fish. Following anywhere along that causeway, just right around all of those street lights, are still producing some nice trout using shrimp, piggy perch, any of those. If you're not wanting to throw live, then your topwaters in bone or your subsurface, the unfair live glow shrimp have been doing pretty well out there too. And launching from over here at the Goose Island State Park, right there beside the pier, the water is high, but you can still get down to it. But launching out from there, all along around that pier, they have been pulling big uglies and reds and trout. Coming out along these Bartell Islands, that's where we've been hitting up a lot of the trout. Mostly with that, it was going topwaters, throwing a popping cork with some live shrimp. That's all been working. Work your way down all these Bartell Islands, come across the channel, and then normally East Pocket may not be the best place, but with as high as our water levels are, we've actually been catching some nice reds in the pocket work your way around the pocket back into this cove. We've been seeing some reds hanging up in there. But as you come out, definitely, as you get between Bird Point and this island, that little cut between there, stop, make some casts through there. Start with your top waters on the inside of that island or the edge of that point. If you're not getting them immediately, then switch to paddle tails. The Z-Man trout trick has been doing great in the root beer and chartreuse tail. But then start working your way with your casts toward the center there, and you should have no problems picking up at least a few red and a couple of trout in there. Coming through that island, coming out and working this backside of Blackjack Peninsula and everything, still picking up some nice reds. On your way back, come on the outside of this island, we've actually been seeing a couple of gar hanging out in that area. So why not? It's not a common saltwater fish, but it still is a fun fight. All right. If for some reason you don't have the kayak and you want to go wading and everything, we definitely still have some opportunities for you. With this super high tides that we've got and everything, great place to check out wading will be right here. You can come out from the airport road launch and walk in this shoreline up to Murph Park, or doing it in the opposite direction. Top waters, paddle tails, free line, and some live shrimp have all been producing some nice trout and some nice reds. Another great place we're going to go ahead and throw out there for some of the wade fishermen is you can launch here from Port Bay Road and walk out from Port Bay Road and come down this shoreline. Down all along this shoreline has been producing some nice reds with the high waters that we've got. As you approach that little drop off that's out there, that's where you'll start hitting into the trout. You can come down the shoreline to the right, or coming up and around that point will get you closer to some of that deeper water. Out there, we've been seeing pulling in some nice sheep's head casting towards those pilings, but still pulling in some nice reds. I mean, like 26, 27-inch reds, wade fishing. Coming on down into this area, it's still got some firmness and everything, so you still can wade around. And then picking up some reds as they get back around this corner. So if you're wade fishing, we still have some tips for you. This is Rockport Ryan. Thank you for watching.